What's going on YouTube? I'm Darian, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I talk about fashion and fragrance on this channel. So if you like looking good and smelling great, then I hope you won't mind hitting subscribe. If you do that, man, make sure you hit the bell icon as well. That way when I upload a new video, you'll get notified. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about my fragrances. All right, this is a very special video for me because anytime I am discussing something that, number one, I'm passionate about, which is fragrances, and then of course, secondly, things that I've put my hard work into, it becomes a very special video. Some of you have been rocking with me for a long time, so you are aware of the fact that I've done 5 fragrances with the brand of Navitus Parfums. All right, now some of you that are newer to the channel may not be aware of that. So if you're not, I want to make you aware. I've done 5 fragrances with Navitus Parfums, Debonair, Divine Aphrodisiac, Sotorial Nui, and those were in the second collection. In the first collection, we did a fragrance that was initially named Abad, which we had to change the name to Lyrik, and that's with a K, just being a little bit unique and different. And one that's now been discontinued, which is Serenade. All right, so I want to dive into all 5 fragrances. I never really did standalone reviews on the fragrances. This is how I do things. But nevertheless, I did want to discuss them with you guys today. As a matter of fact, right now I'm agreed to do a promo with Navitus Parfums for the fragrances that are still remaining from my collection, which are the first 4 that I mentioned. And we're doing something right now where if you buy one, you get 25% off. And if you buy 2 or more, you can do 50%. For one, you would use the code Bowtie25 to get to 25%. And for anything 2 or more, use the code Bowtie50 to get up to 50% off of the entire order. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run the intro. And when we come back, we're going to deep dive into these fragrances, man. I'm going to tell you what I was thinking about when I created them, kind of sort of where they came from, the names, the whole nine. We're going to run it down. So if you want to see and hear more about this, the routine, keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump into the video. Guys, I really appreciate the support on this. So what I want to do is if anybody purchases for any of these fragrances from my collection from this particular video, I want you to comment down below. And I also want you to tag me over on Instagram. I am _Bowtie Fragrance Guy on Instagram because anybody that's tagged me before on Instagram knows that I like to feature your tag in my stories over on Instagram. So show your support to your boy by purchasing my fragrances and make sure you tag me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you over on that platform. So the first fragrance, guys, that I want to get into talking about is from the latest collection, and this one's called Sotorial Nui. The one in the orange bottle. All right, Sotorial Nui. Absolutely love this fragrance. This is a signature scent. It's going to feature notes of bergamot. You get some bergamot in here, lavender, orange blossom. On the dry down, it gets sweeter. Tonka bean, vanilla, and sandalwood. I love this one. Okay, what I was thinking about with this one was a signature scent. So again, it's very fresh when it opens up, and it's mass appealing. And I felt like you had to have one that was really, really mass appealing. It wasn't restricted to seasons. Really hard to put a season on a fragrance like this. It's just one that can be worn anytime, any place, anywhere. Out of all the fragrances that I've created, this would definitely be a utility knife, if you will. Well, I have one more that kind of fits into that category, but this is definitely from the second collection, the utility knife. Spring, summer, winter, fall, no wrong time to rock Sotorial Nui. Again, it just has a very, very mass appealing, inviting aura about this particular fragrance. And like I said, man, this is one of the ones that the average Joe, you have to create fragrances for 2 sets of people: the average Joe and then your hardcore niche fragrance enthusiasts. This wouldn't be the fragrance for the latter, but I think it's a fragrance that everybody will enjoy or could enjoy, especially the average Joe, meaning just the guys that don't know a whole lot about fragrances. They just want to smell great. This is one of the fragrances from my collection that would absolutely do that. All right, so Sotorial Nui, love the fragrance. I think the bottle is very indicative of what's on the inside. So make sure if you don't have this one yet, this is the perfect time to pick it up. This is called Sotorial Nui. All right, where are all of my gourmand fragrance lovers out there? I am calling you because if you have not gotten your nose on this yet, do yourself a favor and pick up Divine Aphrodisiac. Divine Aphrodisiac, definitely a gourmand. Why did I create this? Well, I love gourmand fragrances, of course. Now, what you're going to get in this is the sesame accord, bitter almond, cinnamon. There is the infamous peanut butter accord, coffee, and praline. And obviously, at the end of the day, I think this is perfect for the fall and the winter seasons. That's where I like to wear more of my sweeter gourmand fragrances. And this, to me, is definitely that. A very unique gourmand scent. Now, when I created this one, obviously, you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I have an affinity for sweet gourmand fragrances. But I wanted to do something unique. And that's where the creation came from, of putting a peanut butter accord came from with this particular fragrance. Obviously, you can't take peanut butter and make an actual fragrance oil, but there's a peanut butter accord in here, so you'll smell it. It definitely smells like peanut butter. Now, it's not over the top, so it's not off-putting, but it's definitely something unique that I've never smelled in any other gourmand fragrances, and that was the goal of this scent, to create something that is gourmand but at the same time unique, and we pulled it off. Mission accomplished. So if you love gourmand fragrances, seriously, if you haven't got your nose on this, do yourself a favor and do so. You have the peanut butter in there, but you also have the coffee. You have that sweetness from praline. So again, home run in my humble opinion. Make sure you add this to your collection, man. Fall will be here before you know it, so don't let yourself go into the fall without this one. This is Divine Aphrodisiac. All right, guys, and next up, this is probably the fragrance that I created that has gotten the most discussions, the most conversations. Overall, I would probably say the most well-received universally. I'll put it that way. And this came from my first collection, and this one originally was called Obad. And here is the original bottle. Man, I am so in love with this fragrance. I'm in love with the name. Look how much I've knocked out of this bottle. But I also have a bottle of the newer presentation, which is now called Lyrik. It's the same fragrance. We just had to change the name. At some point, we ran into a little bit of an issue where it felt like we may be challenged on that name. I don't know if we really would have, but to be on the safe side, err on the side of caution, we changed the name to Lyrik. But it's the same exact fragrance, and I have a dent in this one. Kind of like Sotorial Nui, this is a very easy to wear fragrance. It is very much no restrictions. The season is a signature scent, hands down. And I've received a lot of great feedback on Obad / Lyrik. Okay, some of the main notes in this one, you get some cinnamon in this, you get toffee in this one as well. You're going to get some almond, you get caraway, cardamom, so some spices in there as well. Just an amazing signature scent. There's no other way to state it. All right, a little spicy, there's a little peppery nuance in here. Just the perfect signature scent. Seriously, guys, I get a lot of great feedback on this fragrance. Usually when I'm tagged on Instagram or something like that, this fragrance is the one that people are talking about. Seriously, I know you guys won't be disappointed if you grab Obad / the new name now, Lyrik. You know, I just like the name Obad better, obviously. That's what I originally named it. Because when I did this fragrance and I did Serenade, which was the other fragrance from my initial collection that I want to talk about in a moment, that's unfortunately discontinued, I wanted to do a fragrance that was kind of like night and day. This was kind of like the daytime fragrance. Serenade was the nighttime fragrance. And if you think about music, which I have a background in music as well, as a singer, an Obad is a piece of music that's usually played in the daytime. A serenade is usually done in the evening time. And that was kind of the idea behind those two fragrances, which to me, honestly, humbly, man, it's both dynamic fragrances. All right. So if you don't have this one, seriously, do yourself a favor. You will find it now under the name of Lyrik. And this, of course, is the one I did in combination with Navitus Parfums. All right, guys, the last fragrance from my the latest collection that I did with Navitus comes in a green bottle. This is called Eau Debonair. Eau Debonair. Now, this particular fragrance, and I'm going to explain to you guys what I had in mind with this one, and we pulled it off tremendously. All right, Eau Debonair, what you're going to find in this one basically is florals and masculine notes. Petite grain, orange blossom, a little bit of tuberose, lavender, and musk. Lavender and musk. Mission accomplished. And oak moss. So what I wanted to accomplish with Eau Debonair, I wanted to do something where ladies wouldn't feel turned off. I had a lot of ladies do initial impressions on my first two fragrances, and I don't feel like either of those, although the ladies could wear those, although I didn't feel like it's something that they would really gravitate towards. I felt like ladies would gravitate towards Eau Debonair, so I wanted to make something really unisex. That was the goal here. How do you do that? I wanted it to be unisex, but I wanted it to be something that guys definitely could pull off, that a lot of ladies would be attracted to wear, but also love to smell on guys. And that's what this fragrance is right here. A very debonair gentleman is what you would envision wearing Eau Debonair. So those florals that I talked about is really the thing that draws women to this fragrance. Not only for them to wear it themselves, but they love to smell this on guys. I get a lot of compliments, guys, when I wear this fragrance. Seriously, I think as far as compliments, this and Obad will be my most complimented fragrances from my collection of fragrances. All right, that's really what this fragrance is. And I knew that. I told you guys before, women like fragrances that they can envision themselves wearing. And when you put it on masculine skin, the florals are there, but oftentimes on masculine skin, these more traditional, more masculine fougere notes come more to life. The lavender, the musk, the oak moss. And I felt like those notes would really kind of tame the florals that would keep it right down the line of being a unisex fragrance. Mission accomplished. All right. So guys, one of the most complimented that I have in the collection. If you don't have this, do yourself a favor and get your nose on this one right here. This is called Eau Debonair. And last but not least, it always brings tears to my eyes when I think about the fact that this fragrance is discontinued. I don't know if there are bottles out there somewhere. I don't know if you can find it. Please jump on it. I wanted to create a fragrance for the fragrance aficionados, the people that know this stuff backwards and forward, that could smell a high quality, unique fragrance and really be able to appreciate it. That's what this fragrance was created for. It is complex and it is a masterpiece in my humble opinion. Those that know fragrances will put their nose to this and understand what I'm saying. This is the discontinued Serenade. Serenade. Love the bottle. This nice burgundy lacquered finish on the bottle. You get some beeswax in here, cognac, dark chocolate, honey, sandalwood, tonka bean, patchouli. This, seriously, anybody that knows fragrances, that really is into this hobby, will smell this and tell you that this is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece right here that I'm holding in my hand, and it is unfortunate that this is discontinued. Like I said, I wanted to make sure there was something in there, because when I did Sotorial Nui, Obad, I had the 98% of people that I talk about in mind, that they would smell those fragrances and say, you don't have to have a very extensive nose or knowledge of fragrances to smell those and say, okay, that smells great. I like that. This one was for the niche heads. All right. And I think we pulled that off tremendously. It is unique. There is nothing that smells like this. There is nothing that smells like this. And it's seriously, I humbly say this is a gem. There's some people out there in the fragrance community that I need to smell this fragrance. And I'm going to see if I can get some samples out. What a shame that there's no more bottles of this. But the last fragrance that I did with them, of course, this one was called Serenade. Absolute masterpiece. So guys, do not forget we are running a promo right now where if you buy one, you get 25% off. Use the code Bowtie25. And if you buy two or more, use the code Bowtie50 to get 50% off of your order. It's a great time, guys, if you haven't supported the channel in any way monetarily, because I don't ask for money, obviously, Patreon, all those things, I don't do that. This is the way that you support my channel. Support the work that I've done. All right. So make sure you head over to Navitus Parfums. I will link it in the description. I will also link it in the comments and pin the comments. Show your boy some support. Show me some love by supporting the work that I've done here in the fragrance community. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have smelled my fragrances, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section. What's your favorite? Go ahead and drop a comment down below. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to make sure you take a few moments out to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use this information and find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.